Hello, everybody. How's it going? Excuse me. Goddamn. I want to tell you a story today. Should be an interesting story. First of all, though, I do want to say the RuneScape 3 trailer review that I posted, the video for that is actually up, and I will post a link in the description and probably in an annotation if I think about doing an annotation, so you can click on the screen probably for it, or you can just go into the description and click on it and watch it. It's pretty good. And I'm pretty proud of it. And I'm making one for RuneScape 2007, probably next week or the week after. I couldn't get a hold of a camera this week because it's been a little bit of a mess, but I definitely will be next week, so no worries there, I guess. So yeah, if you want to check that out, link in the description. But first, I'll tell you a story, and this is why I find the internet funny and why I find that sometimes older women and older men, and just older people in general, I'm not being sexist here, I've had old men do this too, I guess, should probably not be on Facebook groups trying to sound cool, I guess. So I am an admin of a group on Facebook. It is one of the buy and sell type of groups, so wherever you're from, if you're from, like, Toronto, there's, like, there might be different sections of Toronto, so it's a big city, so, like, downtown Toronto area, buy, sell, trade, or Mississauga online yard sale, or something like that, right? Lots of places have it, and it's all over the place. It's nice, it's convenient. You can sell your items to local people without having to deal with some of the anonymous fuckwads that are on sites like Kijiji and Craigslist. Facebook kind of puts a face to who you're really dealing with and stuff, and it's a lot harder for people to fuck you around on Facebook than it is on sites like Kijiji. Not saying it doesn't happen. It definitely does happen. As an admin, I've had many people complain about, buyers that just don't show, or they sold the items on them, or whatever. It's like, well, I don't understand why people do that. I mean, it makes really no sense to me. If you can't make it to a meet, that's fine. Let the person know, but don't just not show up. Like, and if you agree to sell to somebody, sell it to that person, because you lose credibility pretty quickly. Especially when it's a small community like where I'm from. People know everybody here, and if you fuck around with somebody who's a little bit more high profile in the neighborhood, you're probably not going to sell anything ever again. But anyway, back to my actual story. So I admin this site. I'm not going to name the site because I don't want any of you creepy bastards trying to join it and spamming it up. But yeah, so I admin this site, and we don't allow pet posts. So selling and giving away of any pets, dogs, cats, hamsters, snakes. We've had somebody try to give away a cricket once. Don't ask me why, but I think it was just a joke. But still, whatever. We don't allow them. The reason for that is depending on where you are in the world, though it's pretty well everywhere. Things like puppy mills, and there are like cat mills, I guess you could call them too. Kitten farms, I think is what they're more called, but. There's puppy mills, kitten farms, and of course on yard sale sites and stuff like that, you don't know who is who a lot of the time, and they could be you could be selling your puppy to somebody who is going to abuse it, and turn it into a thing, or possibly even end up killing it from their abuse. It's possible. I've seen it happen. There are some people that are just outright banned from like everything locally because of that. And there are sometimes sellers too that are abusing their animals, and we as a yard sale site, we do not have the facilities to be able to bring those sort of people to any sort of justice quotations, whereas the pet sales sites do, because a lot of the at least locally, a lot of the pet sale groups and stuff on Facebook and stuff are either run by or monitored by the SPCA and RCMP. So, if anything happens, they can quickly investigate it and try to, stop either the puppy mill or the abuse before it spreads too far and they get their hands on more, puppies to abuse. And, there are some sick people out there that want to abuse cute little adorable puppies, as saddening as that is. So we don't allow pet posts, and we've been getting a lot of them because we used to be a no-rules site, then we switched a lot of adminship and stuff and swap things around, and we figured that rules, just basic ones, were definitely needed to keep the site from going into absolute chaos and then having to probably just remove the site altogether, because again, I've seen that happen. I've seen no rule sites completely fall apart. So I got put on admin, and so did 3 or 4 other people to help regulate everything. We made some very basic rules, very, very basic rules, like 24-hour bumping, no pet posts, no, abusive behavior and stuff like that, and no stolen items. The basic stuff that is not technically really allowed anywhere. So no big deal. Easy to follow. So anyway, we're getting a lot of pet posts. So I, as an admin, make a post just on the page saying, hey, we'd like to remind you that we do not allow pet posts on the site. And somebody commented, well, why not? It's a sell. What the title of the site is not a buy sell trade. It's technically like something that you'd expect to sell. I'll just call it. I don't really care. I approve who comes into the site anyway. The site is called Sell What You Want. So he was like, well, it's called Sell What You Want, so I can sell what I want. And I'm like, I'm thinking. I didn't say. I'm like, well, you can't sell hardcore drugs or paraphernalia or something like that and guns on the site, but it's still Sell What You Want. But I said as an admin as calmly as I could, I'm like, we don't allow pet posts because of the reasons I just explained: puppy mills, abusive owners, blah blah blah. So he didn't say anything after that. I guess he just got the message, or just he didn't want to argue the fact because he knew that my stance was my stance, as well as the stance of all the other admins. As all the other admins backed that rule unanimously. It's the only rule I think they actually did back unanimously, because they didn't want to see cute little puppies getting abused, which, again, that's what reasonable human beings don't want to happen. So anyway, that was dead in the water for a couple hours. I thought, the post, there's people liking the post, like, liking it to show they saw it and all that kind of stuff and supporting it. But there's this one lady who, I'm not going to say her full name, obviously, but her first name was Betty. And Betty, from the look of her profile picture that I could see in the thumbnail that she was commenting on, is a 50-ish, I'd say late 40s, early 50-year-old woman. And she is from a town of that's very close by to me. She's probably one of those people that knows people. I don't really care. I honestly, personally, really don't like where I live. I find a lot of the people are gossip hounds, and a lot of people are jackasses. We have a lot of old people that just don't know when to shut the hell up and leave people alone. That's basically what my community is, and it's not that good. Anyway, she comes along and starts going off again, pretty much saying the exact same thing as what he above said. Well, why not? Blah blah blah. I'm like, so I, pretty much copy paste the comment I sent before. But instead of just leaving it alone, she decides to go into a whole spiel, an argument, and starts comparing stuff, pet posts and stuff, and saying, well, you allow businesses on here. I'm like, yes, but abusive puppy posts and protecting the welfare and well-being of a dog or a cat or a ferret or whatever is a lot different and non-comparisonable to local businesses posting their stuff on here. And not even local businesses, like Avon people, or Avon, whatever it's called, or those new Sensi things, those people that have joined that and are trying to sell their product. They're not trying to recruit, they're just trying to sell their product. And I find that's kind of good, and I explain that. I'm like, well, it's not really comparisonable, but if it is even comparisonable, technically it's a good thing, because supporting local businesses puts money back into the community, helps the economy grow, helps those people have money to spend on other things and other businesses, which helps those businesses grow, etc., blah, 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 blah. Your community grows as a result. It's technically a good thing. She says, no, it's a pyramid scheme, even though we don't allow recruiting posts, only sale posts in the site. So it's not technically a pyramid scheme, because they are selling, not recruiting. And if somebody asks one of the Sensi people off, in their own private chat, we can't regulate that, and we don't plan to regulate that. We're just here to help people sell and buy things that they want to buy and sell. So she continues on a whole rant and rampage at this point. And at first she was very calm, cool, collected, professional-esque-ish, sort of, not really. As professional as Facebook chats go, anyway. And as she slowly started to realize she was losing the argument, she slowly got more and more disorganized and crass. Until eventually she said that, well, you've been an admin for 5 minutes, Justin. Who made you king shit of Turd Island? And to my response to that is, well, thank you, because last week I was only Prince Turd of Diarrhea Bay, so I'm thankful I've moved up in the world. But what I actually said to her was, well, that's technically an insult to everybody here, because you're calling me king shit, and everybody else lives on Turd Island, so technically they're turds. And she's like, no, it's just a saying. I'm like, no, that is not a saying. A saying is like a quote or something like that, or something somebody says, like, I'll be back. That's a quote and sort of a saying, I guess. A saying, I guess, would be like, if you ever heard "Red sky in morning, sailors take warning." That's technically a saying. That's something that people say when bad weather is coming. Um, like that's a saying. Saying "I am king shit of Turd Island" is not something people say. Well, it is something people say, but it's not a saying. I've never heard that used ever before by anybody ever. It's not a saying. So that's technically an insult. So I'm like, okay, well, this bitch is crazy. So I go to the admin chat that we have, and I'm like, yeah, look, this bitch is crazy. What are we gonna do? And they're like, well, you know what? We don't. This is not representative at all of the site we want to create. She's not acting in a way that um, is mature at all. Where I was, I I used correct punctuation and spelling the entire time. I did not go off at her and call her a bitch or anything like that. I've been acting as professional as possible. So we end up banning her. And thankfully, after she got banned too, like 5 or 6 other people commented in my defense, which was nice to see. And plenty of people liked my posts, and nobody liked hers. So it's kind of funny in that way. So she got banned, and in most cases, that would be it. Okay. In most cases, people will just be like, well, I got banned. I called him king shit of Turd Island. I guess I have to deal with the consequences of my banishment. No. She is not that kind of person. She sends me a she sends one of the other admins a message from her son's account, and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna report your group because I was banned unjustifiably." For one, I don't think you can report a group for getting banned from it because the admin holds all the power there, and if the admin wants to ban everybody from their group, so be it. But you can't report anybody for that because it's their group. They can do what they want technically. So you can't really report a group for that. You can report a group for like having porn in it, but you can't report a group for some getting banned from the group, especially since you were just a fucking idiot anyway. So she contacts that, and after probably getting 0 results from the other admin, she messages me personally, and oh my goodness, the insults that she comes up with is like so 1990s that it's not even funny. I will read off this insult if I can find it. Let's see here. Where are you, you crazy, crazy bitch? Oh no, I deleted the chat, never mind. Crap. I thought I still had the chat, apparently I don't have the chat. Okay, so basically what she said to me was that I am dirt under her shoe. Okay. That was really funny. And she called me a big nerd and to kiss her ass. You are like 50. If I'm going to kiss anybody's ass, I'll kiss my girlfriend's ass. Thank you very much. Yours probably is disgusting, wrinkly, full of God knows what, and been on God knows whose dick. To calling somebody a nerd in 2014, almost 2015, has ceased to become an insult. Especially when she calls me a video geek, which is even funnier. But nerd first, I guess. Nerd has become less of an insult, more of a compliment. If you are a nerd, you are somebody who is very intelligent and very good at whatever they do. And generally that is kind of a good thing, I find, because if you're good at what you do, unless it's like pedophilia, then you can go somewhere with it and make something of yourself in your life and be good at it and, you know, have a nice job and stable and blah, blah, blah. And things go generally well for you as a nerd. Nerds are the people that run the world, lady. They're the reason that the world works, sort of, anyway. Like, that is not an insult. It might have been in 2001, but it's not in 2014. That is definitely for sure. Now, she called me a video geek as well. Now, she called me this not on the basis that I make videos and stuff, but on the basis that I buy and sell vintage video games. That's what I do. It's my, technically, at this point in my life, my job. But I do it to pay for gas to go to school and stuff. You know, I make a fair amount of money. I actually just made a bunch of money, which is why her comment is just hilarious. Because all in all, I make probably more money than she does doing what I'm doing. And I enjoy doing what I'm doing. So video geek or not, you know, I'm fine with that. Because I just made $600 yesterday sitting at a Tim Hortons waiting for people to show up. Yeah. It's pretty good, I think, being a video geek, you know, because you get days like that, and that's just good. So, whatever, man. That's cool. If you mean to call me a video geek because of what I do with my videos and filmmaking and stuff, technically speaking, you're using the wrong thing to call me. I am technically a filmmaker. I am a director, producer, and that is what I do. And that is what I will be doing, because that is what I'm taking in school that I am almost done, by the way. So, and by the looks of it, I doubt she had any sort of secondary education or had the chance to go to secondary education. So, all in all, being an admin of a group is kind of fun because you get really dumb people like that don't know how to insult people. I was just laughing. And the funny thing was, too, is she called me this. There was no offensive language in her post that she sent to me. There was no fuck you, fuck that, shit, cunt, whatever. No swear words. Just like she called me a video geek and that I shoved my fist down the admin's throat to get into it, which is not true. I offered, they accepted, the end. There was no me bugging the crap out of them to become an admin because they probably wouldn't have made me an admin if I did that. The whole reason I'm an admin is because, one, I'm a young professional guy who is, not an idiot, and two, because I asked, they said yes. That's all there is to it. And then, and then she says kiss, the only thing she said was kiss my ass, and she said that on all capitals with, 5 exclamation points, so she means business, because 5 exclamation points, man, that's pretty ridiculous. But, yeah, so... And all this happened, too, while I was out making all of this money, so I was just happy anyway, because I was making a whole shit ton of money that I could just bathe myself in. And my little sister came with me. She is 13 years old. She saw these messages, started laughing, and I quote, said, "What the hell, how are you more mature than somebody like this?" And it's true. So that's my story. Crazy bitch lady. I have things like this that happen to me sometimes just because I do what I do and I'm admin of what I'm adminning. It's kind of funny. I don't allow myself to get hurt by any of that stuff because I really don't care. And anybody that is that angry at me for that just really needs to calm the fuck down. Maybe go to some therapy and stuff because at the end of the day, it's a Facebook group. It really doesn't matter. You get banned from one, you join the 16 others that are in the same area, with, generally speaking, the same people. So it's really, not that damaging to you. So when you get upset over it, it's just really funny to me because it makes no sense. But anyway, that's my my story. I hope you enjoyed the ranting of the crazy bitch lady, which if I can manage to get those messages back, I will post them up to my Facebook or something and you can see it because it's so funny. It's so funny. Her insults are just older than she is. Oh my goodness. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time, and go check out that RuneScape 3 review as well. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.